take us to our favorite segment, brought to you as always by One Legacy Title and Escrow in Jacksonville, Florida. Visit them on Instagram at One Legacy Florida and visit them at onelegacyflorida.com to see how they can help you with your next house closing. One Legacy Title and Escrow, because your legacy matters. This week we went with our favorite sports video games of all time. Boy?
Yeah, I like this one. This is fun. I have a few honorable mentions because I need to get these in there because there are a lot of great video games that we had growing up. Also, have to get this out there. We were a PlayStation family.
That's true.
So
that does make a difference.
That does make a difference if you were
We've only owned
Nintendo
PlayStations
or
and PlayStation
Xbox
products.
or Gamecast.
Sega, yeah, what Sega Dreamcast?
Yeah, there's a Dreamcast and a GameCube, man. I said Gamecast.
Yeah,
that Malibu's Most Wanted, I believe. But I'm gonna go with Crash Bandicoot Team Racing.
all right, that is a good game.
Great game. Crash Bandicoot was the equivalent to Mario, basically for PlayStation. And Crash Bandicoot was awesome.
What do they make? What do they call it in The Simpsons? Something dingo.
Yeah. God, it is a dingo. And they're like, they did something like that's not even Australian, but it's a dingo. Oh, I forget what it is.
Because a bandicoot's a real animal, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen one.
No, because I think they live in like Australia or whatever. They're one of those things where they only live in one place.
Yeah. The next one, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and
Good.
It's the I think the first one that has like the best soundtrack.
Oh, great! Lights out, Gorilla Radio.
Turn that shit up. Yes, great soundtrack in the first Tony Hawk. That was like that was one of the best games we played growing up.
That was a great game.
Great
now,
game.
I didn't
the
like
warehouse. Going through the warehouse
Yes.
is always the best.
I didn't pick out like something like from a franchise. So like I would put like the franchise on there. So I wouldn't expect someone like
Tony Hawk,
Pro Skater 1, then have the number 3 is Pro Skater 2, and
I didn't do that.
Good,
but that's just the one that like we played. Like I think we got to 2 and 3, and they weren't as good. It was always the first one that was so good.
Number 2 was good. Number 3 was decent. And I think after that, they
changed the way the controllers worked and everything.
Yeah, because then I think after that it got to PS3. We didn't have one.
That's true. That's actually a very good point. We never had a PS3. The next one's Madden. Always a classic. I remember those years where there was like Eddie George, Ray Lewis, Michael Vick. Like on the those were like cover athletes. Those are always the best.
Donovan McNabb ever make it?
Oh,
I'm loving it.
That's a good question. That is not Donovan McNabb. It's a good question.
I
just remember the Eddie George one was always great.
Oh, Vince Young had one.
Yes, that was the last good one for me or for us. That may have been the last one I played.
Well, because again, I think the next ones were PS3.
PS3. Yeah, we didn't go through that. Yeah, so next game, NCAA March Madness. The last one I think we played had Tyler Hansbrough on the cover, I believe. And that game was awesome. I used to love that game. It's a shame we don't have that anymore, which is why it's so far down the list, but that game was so good. The next one I have is Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to whoop your ass up and down Gran Turismo. You could not race with me.
I could.
Gran Turismo was awesome. I think it was like Gran Turismo 2 and 3 were so good. Those were legitimate, like, fantastic racing games. And you would, every now and then, you get the steering wheel and, like, have to race with the steering wheel. That was really hard. But always a lot of fun. Next one here, NHL. The NHL games
EA
also
Sports
great soundtracks.
NHL, yeah.
Yes, EA Sports NHL. Always great soundtracks. NHL 07 was my favorite. Building your dynasty, your rosters, and then just like the NHL is one of the best games to just get hammered drunk and play with your friends. And then just like you, of course, would just start fighting people after we start losing.
Absolutely. Why else are we out here?
I'm just gonna drop the gloves. Yep.
Mash that button. Shot do some shot NHL too. That'll
yes. NHL shots is great.
Every time you give up a goal, take a shot. Don't give up a goal if you don't want to take another shot.
Yep, good point. That was always a lot of fun. I wish Kamala was here for this because we play with him. My number 2, NCAA football. The new ones that came out, I really like. Obviously, I only got the 25, but I'll probably get the next one this summer. But NCAA football, building your dynasties, creating teams, like all these different things that you were able to do. They kind of changed the creative team thing. It's not as good in 25 because you can't build your stadium, which is bullshit. But recruiting, all these different things. NCAA football is such a great game, and right now it's the only game I play because I have no time. So it's like, well, if I have an hour or so to kill, let me pop open the dynasty, play offense only, and win a couple games here, and then do some recruiting and go to the next one. So NCAA football is one of the best games ever. And then number 1 is MLB The Show. I think that was the game we played the most growing up. The last one that I think was like really, really great was 11.
When we were growing up, obviously.
Yeah, we were growing up. 19 was good. I had 21. I think that was pretty good. I haven't gotten it in a while. I need to get another one, but MLB The Show was the most realistic of all of the games. It was legitimately difficult, but also so much fun.
Yes.
But that's my list.
Yeah. What I want to say, the last MLB The Show I have was Shohei Ohtani on the cover on the Angels.
I have Tatis. So I think he's 21.
I want to say it was Ohtani, but I haven't played
Ohtani was 20.
I haven't played a video game in 3 years since my oldest son was born. I remember it was November of...
September 08.
September 08. The hell was that kid born? November of 2022. That's when it was. He was born in October of 2022. November 2022, I was close to like completing like something, like finishing it off in MLB The Show of that year, like completing a whole collection or something like that. And after I did that, that's the last time I've played a video game. So my list is, understandably, yes. So I threw in 2 honorable mentions, and it's 2 that you mentioned: Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Gran Turismo. One of those in there because, man, those games were just fun. They're just enjoyable to play. There wasn't, to be honest, it didn't feel like there was that much to them, which is why it was fun. Like your goal was to, like, the goals were set out for you. I have to win the race. I need to get X number of points or whatever. I think so. Like
the car or something.
Yeah, it would tell you, oh, you got to do this, got to do that, right? So it set out goals, you did them, and it was just fun to play, right? It was fun to play with other people as well, whether you were doing multiplayer or not. That's kind of an amazing gift to have a game that's that good. So the Gran Turismos and Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Number 5, NFL Blitz.
Good call. I know what your Blitz the league. I know what your list is now. If you're going Blitz,
NFL Blitz was
LT on the cover.
NFL Blitz was awesome. That Blitz the League game was so good, and I'm sure there are so many people that hated it, but man, did I love it! It was so awesome, and they had like all the fake teams, and there was clearly like the star guy on each team was based off of a real person. Like the one, I think it was the Arizona team, had Michael Vick was who they based their star guy off of. It was a lefty quarterback who could fly and had a cannon, right? And you had to like go through the whole league and win like it. There were a lot of things that were left to be desired in that game, But man, was it just so much fun to play. It's just so much fun to play Blitz in general. Even older ones. The one, I think there's a Blitz Elite 2, to be honest, which I don't know if we ever had, but awesome games. Number 4, just edging out Blitz League, is Slugfest.
Yeah.
Oh, made by this Midway, the same production company that did Blitz, did that one, the baseball version. Ours, though, MLB Slugfest 2004,
It was
which
Jim
is 2004,
Edmonds.
which is Jim Edmonds on the cover. Now batting number 15, Jim Edmonds. Like, it's just awesome. Right there.
The announcers in that game were so
We're
funny.
so good. All the ridiculous stories.
That's a miss not having that one on there because we had so much fun playing that and just unlocking or like what do we use, like a cheat code or something to unlock?
Well, no, because they would give you the things to like punch in. You could also earn stuff, I think. Like you would earn stuff through gameplay, but like the Minotaur team, remember that?
The Minotaur team was
the
best.
Minotaurs, yes,
and the rodeo clowns.
Oh yeah, when there was like a samurai, the Mortal Kombat guys, right?
The Mortal Kombat, yeah,
and they like hit with the sword,
the Frozone and
not
whatever.
Frozone, but yeah, Sub-Zero, and the other guy, the gold guy. I forgot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Frozen,
I don't know
but
Mortal Kombat characters, but those.
You had the horses. You could play as the horses.
Uh-huh.
Literally.
There was also Atlantis, right?
Yes, the stadiums. Oh, what a great game! What a great game!
Yeah, bring that back. How do you find that? How do you get that onto like a PlayStation 5?
I'm pretty sure there's a PS2 sitting in my attic with the PS2 MLB Slugfest game. So all we have to do is find a TV that has the red, white, and yellow inputs in the back to stick the...
TVs still have that.
Do they really?
Yes, they still have that.
No.
I could probably look at my TV and it would still have that.
Well, then I guess I know what we're doing next time we go over to your house. Forget
if you buy that game, there's no way that game still works.
I played it in college. I remember I was... destroying Zach Ballinger, and it like literally the muscle memory came back to me, and I was
muscle memory is gonna come back to
it came back in a big way, and I was up so much, like he couldn't get it out. And he's like, "How are you doing this?" And I was like, "I don't know, but it's happening." And then he kind of like figured it out and made a slight comeback, but I still won by like 20 runs. So
the guy's just like catching on fire and going nuts.
Yes. Yes.
And when you do it as a Minotaur, it's the best. Having guys just run after the mound, just...
Yes. Great game. MLB Slugfest. Number 3, NHL, the EA Sports NHL franchise. Like you said, playing a hockey video game is just fun in general.
It is fun. It's very fun.
For all the reasons that it's fun to watch hockey live is the same reasons it's fun to play it, right? You get to do, and it's almost in like extreme form. Even if they make whatever physics engines the way they want and gameplay to try to make it as realistic as possible, all that stuff, it's still, I can take this guy and take a full skate at someone and check him over the boards into the bench. Like, it's just fun to do that, right?
Every now and then you can shatter the glass, too.
Which is awesome, right? And like you said, boy, playing shot NHL or anything like that when you got older was fun, right? There's a reason other games that you didn't really play them as much because it was like it's not as fun to do this while I'm doing that, right? But NHL, awesome. Number 2 is Madden, the Madden franchise. Like you said, we played that the most. That might have been the first sports game we had was Madden 98 for the PlayStation 1.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fun and difficult.
God, remember when the disc was in a CD cover?
Yeah.
Right? Because it wasn't like the PS2 is when they changed it to like being a longer.
Yeah, no, it was like a CD.
Book.
Yeah.
It was a CD.
They had their hands like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out how to snap the ball or hike it or kick the field goal. And then it just evolved from there, and we play Madden so much, you could play that. I mean, I could play that right now, right? And
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't
that's
miss
what I do
that
with,
much
like,
of a beat, to be honest with you. After years
no, 'cause
again.
that's what I do with NCAA. I hadn't played NCAA since college, and it was the old PS2 NCAA version. But like NCAA and Madden all have the same controls when we were growing up, pretty much. And it took me a little bit to get back to it because they changed the cutting of it, which I actually liked the version in the PlayStation 2 way better than what it is now.
Too.
But they changed that, so it took me a little bit there, but then I started to get it, and I was like, okay, this is basically like, yeah, you can come off the couch and do this. Like, love to see that couch that he's been sleeping on. Come off the couch.
Yeah. Pretty much, yes. And then my number one is MLB The Show. Like you said, boy. We didn't start off playing that, right? Because it didn't really exist. But then once we got it, like you said, I don't even say it felt realistic. It felt like smooth in its gameplay, right? Like playing the game was not bulky. It made sense. Like you were in control of things. You could do them. It felt, for the most part, easy to grasp controls. It's still not that much to it, as long as you know baseball.
Correct. And that's one of the biggest things is knowing baseball, knowing how to, like, hit the ball where it's pitched type thing, understand how a curveball travels, understand
or just
count leverage.
How about sending a base runner to the next base?
Correct.
That's this guy needs to get from first to third, and I know how to do that. Just got to hit this button, right? Like,
there's a lot of stuff with that. There's also they changed the way you pitch and some of the camera angles or whatever, and I always change it back to what we had growing up.
Yeah, where it's behind the pitcher, right?
And I always make sure I am able to guess pitches. I guess high fastball every single time, so I don't get beat.
I haven't guessed. Again, it's been 3 years, but when I played it the whole 2 years prior, I didn't guess any pitches.
I always do that because that's what it would be like to me.
I didn't think they still had that.
Yeah, you can put it on there. Oh yeah.
So just okay. So,
but that's part of it. That's
nature
part of
versus nurture, Lodge. Nature always wins. That's what this is.
That's part of baseball.
So unless you play for the Houston Astros, when you get up at bat, someone tells you, "Oh, this is not a fastball."
No, that's how you're guessing the pitch. Is I'm looking for this pitch. Yeah, I'm looking for a high fastball, and if it dings, you go, all right, I got my high fastball. I think it allows you. I like the guess pitch.
No, you gotta be better than that.
I disagree.
It's crazy how much better than you I am at this.
That's not true. I used to beat the shit out of you in video games all the time.
I'd kick your ass right now. Anything else before we move on?